Live from Eorzea.
Limit Break. With your hosts, Nero.
Now behold the horror you have wrought.
Kahlo.
I said don't take your clothes off.
Juxtaposition.
I don't get it.
And Mika.
Oh my god.
LimitBreakRadio.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Limit Break Radio, episode number 11, part 3. Limit Break Radio back for Final Fantasy XIV. My name's Aniro Grigori. Joining me today, we have Juxtaposition. How you doing, Juxta?
Doing great. How are you doing?
Doing well.
You're just well?
Yeah.
What happened to Fantastic?
Okay, I guess I'm back up to Fantastic.
Oh, well, now you're an emotion flip-flopper.
Well, that's because we're down in listeners.
We can't... well, how many listeners?
My self-esteem is in direct proportion to how many listeners we have.
Okay, well, just give it time.
Also joining me today, Nika Kyanian. How you doing?
Sup? I'm good.
Welcome.
Just good. Wow.
Just good.
That's amazing enthusiasm. I'm impressed.
I'm sad that Kahlo has disappeared from this chair. I don't know what I can do without him.
I am here in spirit. Ooh, but mostly fuck you guys for putting me last. I'm second in command.
Ha!
Yeah, except
I have proof.
Who the hell is in the studio right now?
What?
it's not you.
It's not you. I'm in the studio.
No, you're not.
Yes,
Well, I mean, you're
not in that studio. In the studio that's important.
Which studio are you talking about?
Okay,
Our
all
physical
right, okay.
one. This one.
Okay, the next person to get into the studio between me and you is second in command. Okay, I will give you a head start. Go.
Okay, I'm here.
He is in the studio, just not in the Eorzean studio.
He's in the studio, but he's not in the studio. Okay.
I'm in America.
This is getting a little complicated.
America Studio is the important one because
Guys,
we
this
have
is getting
good
too
mics.
meta for me.
Stop metagaming.
Also joining us, Kahlo Landis. Joining us for part 3. That, you know what? It's because you left.
I was in all 3 parts.
No, well, you were.
I was in all 3 parts. True or false?
Doesn't
True
you know
or
what?
false?
No, it doesn't.
True or false?
Doesn't count. It doesn't.
True or
It doesn't
false?
count because you thought we were done.
No answer with this one.
True or false?
See what I was saying, Juxta? Isn't this exactly what I was saying?
Yeah, chaos. Yeah.
Kahlo disappears, and we're able to have a well-structured
A
show.
2-hour episode. Oh my god, yes! So much order has been restored to the universe. Now we're back to the original LBR.
And
where
all of
takes
it-
a week to record.
All of it was shockingly cogent and all went in a forward direction, and now you're here and it's just fucking chaos.
So what you mean
right.
is part 2 was pretty fucking boring.
Juxta, you're absolutely right. Part 3 is going to take 3 hours.
Damn it! I have to drive home
Guys, I
from
can
the
leave.
studio.
I'm sitting here in this dungeon with the Molcott twins.
You want to explain that? I feel like I've had to ask people to explain jokes all night. No? Okay, fine.
Okay, I am in a low-level dungeon with 3 random people. The healer and the tank look identical. They have the same last name. They are from different servers. They are long-lost twins.
How does that even happen?
Are they the same gender?
Right?
What's their last name?
Molcott.
Molcott.
Molkot.
That's
Molko?
an interesting name to have. Random.
That's really.
Are you sure they're not lying about that?
So shout out to Senna and Rin Molcott from whatever servers you're in. Here, I'll find out.
I want to. But also,
They've
please
got
keep in mind that Kahlo thinks a low-level dungeon's more important than all of you here in the studio.
Yeah, exactly. Again,
Landers, get out.
More reason why you were number 3. So, okay.
Number 4.
Speaking, yeah. We'll introduce the potted plant in the corner next time before you. How about that?
What?
This is
Talk about yourself.
Jokes on them. We don't have a potted plant.
No. We'll introduce the Drinky Bird. What was his name?
We
Frederick.
have
Frederick.
a Drinky Bird in the American studio, and that's the important one. Apparently.
Hang on, we've got to get back. Juxta did not disconnect. He's
Juxta point of view.
Juxta is the camera. So there we go.
Wait, let's see the studio. Is there anyone in here?
Oh yeah, there's a good amount. There's a lot of people.
People survived the
90K
apocalypse.
90K apocalypse. Whatever.
Apocalypse 90K.
Apocalypse. You say apocalypse, I say apocalypse. Whatever.
Drink.
Okay. All right. So why don't we read some emails? Nika, how about you take our first email here?
Sure. First email from Iori from Sargatanis server. And yes, I am in the link shell. Yes, I recognize you, Iori. I am the guy
There's an L in the last name.
No,
it's an I.
It's Iori. They even pronounced
it in the email.
I. My bad. Yeah, but sometimes people are wrong.
But there's a pronunciation guide right next to it.
Yeah, but sometimes people are wrong.
No.
About themselves.
And guess what? What? You're people, and you're wrong.
Yep.
According to
Do you guys
Landers.
not remember Stephen Roth? Okay.
Anyway.
Do you guys remember Rothgar?
I'm continuing now.
I miss Rothgar.
Oh my God! Do you remember?
I remember.
He's so great.
Oh, Rothgar. Okay, sorry. Okay, first email.
Okay. The guy whose custom PC broke in the middle of the Ultima fight. Huge FMFFL. It kind of works now, but it cannot play games at the moment. I currently play on my PS4 with a keyboard and a controller, as well as remote play in bed. I really meant...
You missed the part.
Guys, this is a serious show. What is so funny?
Stop just writing penis in random places.
We put our emails in Google Docs, and they're typing inappropriate comments into the middle of this email.
It's penis. That's what it is. It's penis.
A penis is an anatomical term and part of the body. There's nothing gross about it.
Anyway, back to the
or
email.
inappropriate about it.
He says, I really meant to send this last episode, but then work really caught up with me. I can't tell you. Stop it.
Stop it. That's really...
Nika, look.
Really,
look, I know we give you shit for your whole endgame stuff.
You realize that.
I know we give you shit for the whole endgame stuff, okay? But honestly, if you can't keep it professional reading emails, we're going to have to get Senpai on the show, okay? Get it together.
I hate all of you. No. Stop. Senpai wants to type, but I won't let him. What's up, guys? He says, as someone who just finished getting all 12 Atma, I have decided that I never want to do that again, since it took 3 weeks to get Atma of the RAM. Just 3 weeks for one Atma from Middle La Nocia, with a total of 2.5 months of grinding to get all 12.
Oh,
that's a long time.
It is.
FMFFL.
Yeah, that definitely does sound like an FMFFL.
I very much believe that they should rethink on how these are collected, since for most people it is pretty much the most aggravating thing in the game at the moment, as a lot of my free company also complains about it. My suggestion would be the drop rate should be multiplied by how many people are in your party. If I remember correctly, the drop rate's 5%, although they have upped it to like 10 or 15.
Yeah, it's definitely really increased now.
If you have a full party, then that would be multiplied by 8, giving us a 45% drop rate. They could also then limit the amount of Atma that you can get on each job to 1, for it would be easier as well. This way, when we help our friends get Atma, we don't wind up with 13 extra Atma of the scales in our inventories. I think this would eliminate a lot of crazy grind that you have to do in order to do it, and it would make it a lot more social. What do you guys think?
I think you probably should have sent this email last episode, because then it would have been relevant.
Oh, Burton.
But even still, it's still not very high. I mean, I hear people are still grinding it.
Yeah, there
Scumbag of Nero takes your irrelevant email that was probably sent when it was relevant, reads it on air when it's not relevant, and then calls you out for not being relevant.
Okay, all right.
There's a little bit more to this email. He says, also, being a little late to the end game, I feel that I will have to give up my chance of ever owning the Warrior of Light gear, since from what I hear from you guys and my few tries is queuing for it, queued for hours as a tank, nobody does it anymore. I would assume he's talking about Crystal Tower Labyrinth of the Ancients. I would have loved to also have that armor glamored. Would love to have... Wait, would love to have that be something I could get from Allied Seals or Tombstones. It's a good idea. All the best, say Iori from Zargatanis and the LBR Link Shell. Shout out to the free company Distant Beliefs.
Yeah, I actually, okay, so the second part of that email, a little bit more, I think, more relevant. So, yes, Juxta, I think on the last, one of the previous episodes, you had suggested, like a labyrinth, like a Crystal Tower roulette.
Roulette? That was me.
No, that was me.
No, that was definitely...
No, that was definitely me. No, my God, I hate you guys. Bullshit.
You were not...
Bullshit.
You weren't here for the last episode.
I have mentioned it on a different episode.
No.
Yeah. The last episode that I was fully on, I definitely mentioned that.
Look it up.
I will bet Gil on that. How much Gil you got, Nero?
No, I'm not going to bet you.
Then
why would I bet
say you believe me?
Why would I bet?
Say you believe me.
I don't believe
say you believe me. Then bet me.
No. This is it's a trap. No. Get the fuck out of here. Either a labyrinth or Crystal Tower roulette or some kind of other incentive, because I don't think anyone does labyrinth anymore.
Yeah, they said that they're gonna look into adjusting it so you need less parties to get through it, like 2 parties or one party.
They did mention that. Which I mean I could see that also working.
Or even possibly like he suggested that you can get them from somewhere else.
What?
Like for example, how now that you can't get the myth gear anymore. It's on the antique things.
Oh, right. Yeah, being able to purchase it with like Allied Seals or Tombstones. Yeah, because not only, I mean, really, like if you do want to set a gear out of, original Crystal Tower out of Labyrinth, I mean, like that's not just like you can get it all in like a couple of runs. Like, dude, that's like significant grinding. Plus, you've got the Duty Finder wait time on top of it. And I mean, if you're queuing his tank and it's taking hours, dude, there's very little hope for that.
I actually like the whole token idea, the
I agree.
antique gauntlets, and just adding gear as it goes away or whatever to that, I think would be a great idea. And even after the current dungeons become quote-unquote unrelevant, you could just add those antique things to tomes, to where you could buy them with soldiery tomes or whatever.
Right. I think it's irrelevant, but whatever.
No longer being relevant?
Unrelevant?
He said unrelevant.
Yeah.
Oh, unrelevant, irrelevant, it's the same thing. You guys knew exactly what I meant.
Okay, well, irregardlessly of what he was intention, let's continue on.
All right, I guess I'll read our next email here. Hello, LBR. I know it's a bit of a long email, but I wanted to do my part in providing emails for you guys since you said you needed some. So I hope you like it. I've been working very hard on getting geared up after having been away from the game for a while, making sure to tone cap every week and working hard on my relic. Only have 1 Atma left, so I'll probably be on books by the time you read this, I hope. But I've also been working on trying... Don't even... Juxta, I see it.
That's not me! I swear it's not me.
I've also been working on trying to get endgame clears as White Mage, but it's not been going well at all. I can see this every time. He keeps typing butts. It's not. I'm not.
I bet it's Nika because butts isn't very inappropriate. She's probably like,
You're right. I bet you're right. My free company does turn 5 progression every Saturday, and as most of us queue for turn 5 and Duty Finder throughout the rest of the week, we're still struggling to see a win. A few people in charge of the free company have a clear, and we can do second coil, but a lot of us are still at the Twintania brick wall. In fact, the people who do have the clear are getting frustrated with the people who don't, and we've been considering to leave us and have been considering to leave us behind and look for a static for turn 6. we can comfortably get through the first few phases of the fight with little problems, usually getting to the twister section of the fight before wiping. Although, stop screwing with stuff, guys.
Could you please be a professional in Nero?
Terrible. Guys are the...
Yes, you are.
Ah, God. Although we've been recruiting, there have been nights where stop it, stop. You know what? God,
I'm fixing typos. I'm deleting extra letters and things.
God. Well, if you move stuff around on me, it's difficult to read. God damn it. So, okay, although since we've been recruiting, there have been nights where we've regressed to dive bombs because of the new folks, and we've been recruiting who are still learning that part of the fight. I've also been struggling a lot with Leviathan EX and the EX version of Moogle King. In Duty Finder, I've come very close to getting a Leviathan win, but it's Duty Finder and people will leave even though we totally have a kill and we just need to tighten up or maybe another attempt. Or so, but tanks or the other healer rages out. I've also tried Moogle King, Good King Moogle Mog EX a few times with the Free Company, but it's really tough as we've only gotten him to like maybe 50%. But it's been hard to do the tougher EXs with the Free Company because the Free Company has been insisting on doing the boring easy EXs like Garuda for the newer people to farm for furniture for the FC house. Even though you don't need clears for the first 3 anymore, so we don't get to put as much time into doing Leviathan and Moogle as the FC as I'd like to. And having to do it in Duty Finder, you can't get a decent number of pulls to learn and progress because people will vote abandon or rage quit if they don't think that they're going to get an easy clear. It's not just Duty Finder either. Party Finder seems to have this problem too. So I was wondering, what should I do if I'm getting frustrated trying to get the wins on these fights? Granis Irutoto of Sergeant Tanis. P.S. Fire Kahlo, he sucks. Good P.S. Thank you, Granis.
Ha! Nice try, Juxta.
Done.
Do might have been Senpai.
Do we have
Senpai?
God,
I am
you're
hurt.
so loud about everything, Kahlo.
Because that's the only way that my voice is going to be heard.
Wow.
Oh, no,
You told Juxta earlier he has to be louder, so I thought that I would be too.
You can tone it down a bit.
Wow, this is a monumentous occasion where Nero is telling Kahlo to tone it down, and Juxta is the sane one.
No, well, let's not go that far.
This is interesting.
let's not get crazy here.
Let's get crazy up in this bitch.
Let's get dangerous.
Okay, so let's 90K'd again, guys.
Yep,
Yeah, me too.
Womp womp. How'd that dungeon work out for you, Kahlo?
I was at the end.
Oh,
But to be fair, the tank got 90K'd first.
That's too bad.
It's alright, I'll just go in again.
Okay, good devotion to the show. Way to go.
I'm still here.
So let's try to give Granis some tips here as to what he can do. Dude,
Punch him in the face.
I have way more luck, it feels like, in Duty Finder than I do with Party Finder. I feel like I get people who rage quit after 2 attempts in Party Finder. I mean, it does happen in Duty Finder, but it's just like, it seems like it happens every time in Party Finder. And then you've got to go and rebuild and kind of reconstruct your party, or like people will end up shifting jobs, and like, it can really, it can be tough sometimes. So, what can you guys suggest anything?
It's probably not something he's going to want to hear, but I am going to quote some lyrics from the immortal Perry Grip from the song "Baby Monkey Riding Backwards on a Pig." You got to keep on keeping on. Get on that pig and hold on tight.
and hope your server doesn't disconnect.
Yeah, right. Yeah. As long as your server can stay connected. Can anyone else get in yet? Because
Make friends with good people and have them carry you.
yeah, that
sounds really familiar, like a really familiar strategy.
that sounds like Hollow.
That's not.
Oh, yeah, like that one host on LBR who got carried through all the way through Coil up to turn 5 by Nika. Who was that? What was his name? Was it Juxtaposition? I think that's what his name was. Yeah, how about that?
Actually, Juxta held his own in T5. It was a Nero
Yeah.
that I helped through T4 and T5.
No, I thought it was
Yeah.
both of them.
Yeah, see, I never died during T5 except for your senpai didn't do his job properly and let me die.
No.
That is a lie! That is a dirty, rotten lie, and you shut your whore mouth!
Yeah, he did it.
Senpai never fails. I bet at that point, Senpai and Nika had switched computers. That's what happened. Senpai.
Anyway, for Granis Iryoto, my suggestion is to stop doing old easy primals and just to buy the furniture off the auction house.
Yeah.
Because that shit gets old.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Don't do old primals. That would be my first recommendation. I don't know. And I mean, in terms of T5, I really don't have room to talk.
I mean, I've come to the realization, though, that you're probably not alone as a person who needs to clear a particular piece of content. So if you put up a party finder at the right time of day, you will probably find people who will do it with you.
Just go through Duty Finder.
Yeah, I mean, if it's
they said that their duty finders have been rage quit people. They haven't had good luck with duty finders, so it's hit or miss, really.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is really hit or miss. But if you're trying to clear older content, like and it sounds like you're going to be on Ramu pretty soon. I don't know, man. I feel like, especially with some of the more challenging fights, like I feel like we had better luck even in Moogle in Duty Finder than we did Party Finder or trying to pre-make our parties.
Yeah, I felt that a lot too, actually.
Did we clear on Duty Finder with Moogle Mog? I don't remember. No.
I think we had a pre-made for that.
I think we did because you were with us. That was for we did that for the Extra Life stream, right?
Yes,
that
was during Extra Life.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yep. Now I remember.
Yep.
All right, Juxta, why don't you take this next email?
Okie doke. I recently found your show and enjoyed listening. Wanted to say it's interesting to hear all the differences in server from your topics. I'm on Genova, one of the new PS4 servers. You talked about soil prices and mentioned they were around 14K. I was curious if that was grade 3 because on our server they were selling for 43K.
Whoa! Wow!
And our house is started at 990K.
No,
and they're still nowhere near filled. Would be interesting to hear server differences as a topic on the show. Anyway, keep it up. I enjoy listening. Mordex Delve.
Yes. Wow, that's pretty crazy.
990K.
Yeah,
Is that small house? Because I could buy that like 3 times over.
Yeah.
You know who could buy that like 150 times over?
Yeah, that's our friend.
That's our friend. Who, by the way, you were talking about the Shiva barding earlier, had that like, day 2?
Yeah. She was first.
Who are you talking about?
Our friend.
Our friend.
That's her name.
Your nameless friend?
Her name is our friend.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like but our friend.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Except
and we're saving Annie the trouble of having to bleep her name out by just calling her our friend.
Yeah.
But you still have to bleep his name out, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's
you're gonna have a lot of bleeping to do.
I'm not doing that.
What?
Not doing it.
What?
I think I've already forgotten a few of them.
Oh my god.
So
the legend has died. It's a sad day.
Now we know.
Don't worry, the joke continues on because in the Twitch chat, if you're not a moderator, you can't say is.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Try it.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. It's the only word.
I must be a moderator then.
No, it's definitely
No, it's starred on our end.
It's starred on my chat. So
Owned.
Definitely not a moderator.
Lives on. You spelled it wrong, Jasat.
It's with a Z.
Is, not is. Isman.
Okay, so...
Isman is one man, not several, though he has the strength of several. No, stop it! God, you guys are horrible. You don't even know how to spell.
Learn to spell. Bad Twitchers.
Ismond.
Ism. What?
Ismond.
Ism.
Ismond.
I like that one the best. Ism.
Ism. All right, so let's see. This next email, well, I'm looking it over, and it does seem... Okay, so we're just going to read it anyway, because it's on the list. Hey, guys, this question may be irrelevant depending on if you see it before or after the live letter, but I'll ask anyway. It definitely is irrelevant, but okay. With mythology allegedly becoming irrelevant in 2.4, post 2.4, do you think that soldiery gear will be purchasable with allied seals to keep hunts a viable form of progression, or will they just keep the myth gear? Also, in case that's known by now, what do you think will be in the Golden Saucer, apart from Triple Triad and Chocobo Racing, of course? Awesome show, guys. Keep up the amazing work you all do. Atorius Abyss Knight from Phoenix.
Blackjack and hookers.
No.
Hold on.
No.
The first question. I believe soldiery gear will be purchasable with allied seals, and that they will kick the myth gear and put it on a different vendor.
Oh, are you a wizard?
You know what's probably going to happen though. This is relevant.
No, we actually know that's what happens.
No.
Because 2.4 has already passed.
That's not what I mean. What I mean is, if you look at the trend from after the tomes have been booted and they move like from one to the next set of hard mode dungeons is what drops the next set of gear. So I'm going to assume that after the next, like after soldiery tomes become a thing of the past, they're going to put that gear as like a dungeon drop or something.
Yeah.
Because that's what they've done with Darklight. That's what they've done with the I-90 gear. So they're probably going to do the same thing with this.
Although they did switch it up because you just get those like the token gear that drops and then you exchange it for.
The reason is because
it was so
job
much
specific.
Like, it was so hard to get all the things before. Now this way, when one thing drops, everybody can use it regardless.
Right,
No,
especially
that
because
does
if you
make
think
sense.
about it, it's like artifact specific job armor, and that wouldn't really make sense lore wise for that to drop from a dungeon.
Yeah. No, I guess you're right. Let's see. What else do you guys think is going to be added?
I want to see the motorcycle game.
I was just going to say that.
Oh my god!
Remember that like a Kupo nut breeding where you
Kupo nut,
and they like meet a girl and live happily ever after.
And they have
it
Kupo
was an
sex.
RPG within an RPG.
So like a Moogle dating sim is that what you're talking about?
Stern is suggesting
We want Moogle Sims.
Moogle pinball.
Moogle sex.
Oh, I like Moogle pinball.
Pinball.
Moogle pinball. That's way less creepy than Moogle sex. So
Moogle
But
sex.
is it as fun?
Or the snowboarding one would be sweet too.
What about the submarine game?
Why?
Submarine game.
No, the submarine
Yes.
game is the worst. Actually, I could see
FFX tricky, guys.
No, I want the
FFX
virtual
tricky.
reality boxing game where you go
Virtual
up to, like,
boxer,
push
okay.
yourself to, like, top. That would be the best. Can you imagine my
What
friend
about
row,
the,
like,
what about
basketball
arm
game?
wrestling game?
The basketball game.
Arm wrestling against other players.
I forgot about that basketball game.
We have
Basketball game was rigged.
You just suck at it.
Submarine?
I already said that.
The submarines
They
were
should also put in like that play where you can be in plays with other people.
I want to go on a date with Aries.
Coaster, the roller coaster. There should totally be a roller
Kate
coaster. Oh my
Smith
God.
had better be a fortune teller.
We could do the next show from a roller coaster, guys.
are these all Sims jokes? Is that why I don't get any of them?
Gold
Final
Saucer.
Fantasy 7 jokes.
Plebe?
Oh, okay.
You go in Gold Saucer, you can get on that roller coaster where you like shoot things and you like drive around.
I don't like 7. So.
It's a thing. Oh, what?
What about Battle Square? Do you want to keep going? Of course. Of course I want to keep going.
Actually, what they should do is turn
And
the
they better have a private museum.
Coliseum in
We can
Old
survive with-
Coliseum in Old should turn into that. Something similar to that.
I want to get the
You know what I
Keystone.
would like to... No, that's basically PvP. Never mind.
The Keystone. All right, let's see what's going on. Oh, we also need an inn that's a haunted hotel with ghosts.
Yes.
And trapdoors.
And
That'd be
trapdoors.
sweet.
Okay, all right. I think we've mentioned all of the features of the gold saucer. So, and that's the FF7 gold saucer.
Wait, there needs to be underneath the gold saucer a prison.
That's older.
That's
Well,
where the
prison.
jail is when characters get GM jailed. That's where they go below gold saucer.
That would be great.
So they can watch all the people having fun, but they can't participate.
Torture.
So, okay. Why don't we move on to the next email? Nika, why don't you take the next one?
We're all done talking about gold
Yes.
saucer?
Yes.
What about triple triad?
Okay, I'll take the next one.
What about triple triad?
We can talk about it.
What did we have to talk about?
I want to
We
play
don't know.
Minfilia.
I mean, we know if you've played 8, you know what triple triad is.
Yeah. I mean, that's...
If you haven't played 8, it's a card game and it's fun. Wait for it. Please look forward to it.
And you can
what more do you need to know?
disenchant it into quake spells to get lots of HP. HP.
Okay, next email.
Yes.
Hey guys, I'd love to hear your opinions on new jobs. First, do you think the new jobs mentioned will be from existing classes or will it be from new classes? Well, we already know so far that Dark Knight does no classes. How many new jobs and how many new classes do you expect to see in 3.0? Second, which class do you think Dark Knight will come from? Well, again, we know that answer.
We're catching
I
up.
could
We're
see it
catching
coming-
up on emails, guys. Don't worry. We'll get to some newer stuff here in a second.
It's okay. I could see it coming from Gladiator as another sword class or Marauder Lancer as a two-headed class. Finally, what Final Fantasy jobs would you like to see in the update? What other jobs could be tanks or healers, since those two are the most in-demand roles? I also had an idea recently what's been growing on me. I think Samurai will come from Rogue. I wish. This may be a little strange since the weapons
Because
are very
they teach
different.
Bukaki.
A two-handed weapon instead of dual wielding, but I think that samurai skill chains could work in the same way rogues, poison, or ninjas ninjutsu works. Thanks for the great show. I hope to see you on the live stream, but if it starts too early in the morning in Japan. From Nico Tosca, leader of Moogle Corps on Tombury.
Well, thank you for the email, Nico. Sorry, we're catching up. It took a while to get to your email, but so we do know that Dark Knight will in fact not come from a class.
I'm going to guess that none of the new ones are going to come from a class, but
no, I actually disagree. I think that the gun job, whatever it ends up becoming, I think that will come from a class,
right?
because we've already got the guild for it in game.
that's true. Musketeer does exist.
It
Yes.
could just be.
I wonder, lore-wise, then, what
job.
makes Dark Knight special? Because they said they couldn't speak in the interview to why Dark Knight doesn't have a class.
I think it will. I think there will be story or lore reasons why.
Because they're coming from Garlemald, because they're judges.
Oh my God! Stop.
The
If
reason
that
is simple.
happens, oh no, hold on, seriousness right now, seriousness right now.
And now you can
If
know
it
that
ends
there's
up
no
being
seriousness coming.
lore-wise that Dark Knight comes from the Garlean Empire, you have to eat your words.
No, not unless they say the word judge. If they say the word judge associated
They
with,
won't say the word judge.
I know they won't. That's why I'm saying it. That's why I'm saying that's the only way that you would get me to say it.
So if they somehow associate Dark Knight to judge, you will eat your words.
If they associate Dark Knight to judge, yes, I will eat my words. Otherwise, yes, on air. Otherwise,
Title of the show: and Nero eats his words.
stop. Someone is breathing into their microphone, and you need to stop.
That's the cat. The cat is literally right here.
Well,
Get the cat out of here.
Stop it. What is wrong with you? Anyway, but no, if they attach Dark Knight to Garlemald, you do not win that bet, sir. You do not win, because I think that they could. I think Dark Knights could come from Garlemald. So I don't disagree with you on that point.
I feel the reason is just
Yoshi.
really simple, in that Dark Knights just have
Yoshi.
no class. They are not the classiest motherfuckers.
All right. Kahlo, do you have emails in front of you, or what are you doing?
I do, but I'm laying down.
Well, get up and read this next email. It's short.
Lazy ass.
God.
I'm not wearing any clothes either.
Well, it's a good thing we don't have webcams going.
We could,
Alright.
since there's nothing else on our stream right now.
Which email is this?
Oh, come on. Really?
No,
Hold on.
This
is really good podcasting, guys.
It's actually from one of the callers that we just had, from Eldrick. Oh,
okay.
My God.
No, wait, you read that one. Hello, LBR. I wanted to drop you guys a quick note letting you know I just finished listening to your FanFest podcast and want to say thank you for the coverage from Las Vegas. I was unable to get tickets and make it out there this year, but because of you guys, it was probably the next best thing to being there. Your day one coverage with attendee interviews, I am trying to read, Nika.
Sorry.
Was phenomenal. I think I got a better feel for the event based off of your interviews than I did with the streaming video feed. It looks like LBR is set for an explosion in listenership with your presence out there being so strong. Keep it going strong, and I will see you guys out there next year. On a final note, free shots in the path to hell. Sounds like you've learned a lesson. Seriously, puking on the sidewalk? Dag. Ha ha ha. Belkerm of Goblin, the second best server that gets no love, next to, of course, Sergeant Tannis. Shout out to the Dark Lords FC.
That is definitely not what he wrote, but...
Thank you, Aldrich, for the email and of course for your call in the previous segment. I walked down that path to hell, and I definitely did puke on that sidewalk. That happened. I have to own those things. That was me. So yeah.
To be fair, you puked a lot of times that night.
I did. And I think, Nika, you were present for literally every time I puked.
Yes.
Yes. including the 2 times that I puked in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah. That was my FanFest experience. Yay. All right, so let's move on to our next email. Hello, hosts. Thought I'd send you my FF14 FanFest reflections. It was an amazing 4 days to be spent in the City of Sin. Got to put faces with voices and build new friendships from other servers. I on the meet and greet night, I got a front row seat to watch Yoship do the Manderville. That's pretty awesome. Thank you, Annie and Nika, for making yourselves very approachable and warm upon our paths crossing at various times. You have fulfilled your duties as public icons to this game, and it is to be commended. Unlike other podcast producers who chose to hide among the crowds and not respond to tweets, I don't pretend to know who he's talking about in that, but okay, we'll take it. We'll take the compliment, sure. Sadly, with the good comes the bad. The merch line. At about the 2-hour wait mark, a small group of Free Company douchebags from the Midgar server, right behind my Free Company, began lying and deceiving other people from the community about the cash line being closed in fear that they themselves, while in the credit line, would not be able to obtain any loot from the SE merch booth. To those douchebags on Midgar, who the fuck do you think you are? You are the complete opposite of what this game and community stands for. May the 12 have mercy on your souls, and may the Delvon wipe your digital asses completely away from our community. I was ordered to say it like that. So, LBR, you guys are doing what you do. And may our paths cross once more in the Duty Finder someday soon. I'll hold up my ends by singing your praises on Twitter and continue to put the word out about you and this great podcast. May you forever walk in the light of the crystal. Thunder Muffin, the White of Goblin. Thank you, Thunder Muffin. It was a pleasure meeting you guys.
Yes.
And it really was. In hanging out with you guys at FanFest. Yeah, there was some shady shit that went down at FanFest, but you know what? It's best not to focus on that stuff. It's best to just, keep it positive, and that's what we tried to do the entire weekend. And I know that every time we saw you guys, it was super fun to hang out. So we were really glad to meet you, and thank you for your great email. So. We got a lot of really great feedback about our FanFest shows. So thank you guys for checking that out and for listening to that. We had such a fun time going out there, and it's icing on the cake that you guys liked the show as well. So thank you. So Nika, this next one's really long, and I don't want to give it to Juxta.
Sounds good. I'll take it.
From the Marlboro server.
No,
Huge fan of the show.
Nope,
no.
it's mine.
Take
And I have to say that I was a big bonus from the Final Fantasy 11 podcast.
Mute his mic.
No. That'll just make me talk louder.
I didn't mute
right.
your mic, you know.
Oh, I saw you move a knob or switch your.
I was gonna,
lever.
and then I thought you were gonna behave.
I don't even know how to say this name. Mildinal.
Fail.
Wow, it's one
How would
that
you say that name?
Nika is always the one where I'm like,
I'm
okay,
usually the one who
this
gets it
looks
correct.
this looks completely incomprehensible. Nika is like, she steps in and she's like, step aside. Oh, I got this. And
Fail.
finally, there's one that you don't know. So,
Yeah.
Yay.
I don't know if it's
Mildinal.
Mildinal or Mildinal. It looks like Mildinal. Mildinal here from the Marlboro server. Huge fan of your show, and I have to say I was a bit bummed when your Final Fantasy 11 podcast died down, but then Final Fantasy 14 happened, and now with the new jobs coming in the next expansion, it feels like everything is perfect again. And yeah, whatever happened to Gamer? Anyway, I was just going over...
What did happen to Gamer? You would know, Millennial, you would know as well as we would. Can you tell us what happened to Gamer? We would love any information about Gamer that anyone has. Please let us know that he's okay. Okay, I'm sorry, go on.
Anyway, I was just going over your recent podcast, and I wanted to say that I believe there was a magnetic dungeon in the 1.0 version, a severe pain in the ass for me as I was mainly paladin. Now that I am a white mage with the snow white chocobo, I am ready for anything except healing a dark knight.
Was there a magnetic dungeon at one point? I don't remember that at all.
I don't either, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm not sure.
I don't think there is. I don't remember anything about
Man,
that.
a lot of 1.0 smushes together at this point.
Yeah.
Let's see. And with Dark Knight, I know they already announced them as a tank, but I would find it fitting if they would have Dark Knight as both a DPS and a tank with the option to choose when queuing for a dungeon. Interesting concept. Just as how a white mage can use cleric stance to deal damage, a similar ability can be implemented in Dark Knight. This would also be helpful for jobs such as red mages as well. To help minimize confusion in parties for such roles, their class icon colors would change accordingly. Green for heals, blue for tanks, and red for DPS. This would obviously be locked when in the dungeon to maintain the working trinity of jobs.
It's an interesting idea.
It is an interesting idea. I never thought of that. I like it. That's one of those things like, Warrior can technically DPS fairly well if you put strength accessories on and eat some DPS food and keep Defiance down. So if you wanted to queue it as a DPS, I don't know.
Juxta, isn't it cute when they think they're DPS?
Mid mages, yeah. Just stop.
Let's see. He says, another topic you managed to grab my attention with was the mention of marriage and the sharing of homes. Who would take what in the event of a divorce? That question is actually what Yoshi had said at FanFest about why they haven't thought of implementing that, because the flames, they fizzle out, I think he said.
Yes.
Let's see. He says, I thought about the PvP thing for divorce and came to the obvious conclusion of the next working class. The judge. Yep, I said it. The judge. I would definitely
Get the fuck out of here.
I would definitely glamour that gear, and it would be fun to have that next to your name, the title, Judge, blah blah blah, Judge Aniro Grigori.
That would be literally the only thing to make it cool. The only thing. So, okay.
And well, speaking of jobs, remember that 007 t-shirt Yoship was wearing. If there is a spy, in which I doubt, but really anything can happen, someone please weave me a groom's tux. I would hate to know what they would go for in the auction house. Again, agent blah blah or secret agent blah blah would be cool titles.
Secret agent juxtaposition.
At the end of the day, all I need to do is walk into a magnetic dungeon and see a bunch of noob dragoons, dark knights, and paladins clinging to a wall along with a couple judges. Take care, guys. Millennial Gaffabond.
Oh, God. I really hope they don't add judge. But whatever. That is a pretty cool suggestion. I'll give you that.
Maybe judge the gun class.
I'd be fine with that.
And then they have gun
swords.
We're
going to talk about judges at all.
Except in Garlean or whatever fucking place, everything's a gun class. They have like gun blades, they have gun shields, they have gun fists.
The reason I think judges will never be mentioned is because the freaking armor that like Gaius and Lavinia wears is judge armor from 12 pretty much, and they are not called judges, so I really doubt the word judge will ever.
What are they called?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, what are they called then, Nika?
Not judges.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm pretty
Then
sure.
what are they called?
She says apprehensively.
They've never been mentioned as a judge, so if they haven't called them like Judge Gauss, then they're not going to bring judges in because their armor is identical almost. So.
Except, pink and red.
And white.
Regardless, it's just so similar that if they haven't used the judge word yet, they're probably not going to.
Okay.
Going to.
I don't know about that.
Say creepier.
What?
Creepier.
Thanks. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for that email.
I doubt they would give us cool titles like that, even if that was.
Yeah, I don't.
The
see
coolest
that.
one is the Avatar, and I don't have it yet. So
The coolest one is the Shadow.
That's what I am. Shadow.
that's a lame title.
You're a lame title.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Look, if you're going to continue to be a Hulk character, you need to stop sounding so lame all the time. Act
Truer
more
words have
ferocious.
never been spoken.
Ferocious.
Yes, act ferocious.
I'm just tough. Ferocious is like
Act tough.
vicious and feral. Rawr.
What? Act tough then.
Rawr.
Wow.
You want me to do? I don't understand. I'm not ferocious.
All right. I know. Okay, this next email's kind of long. But we're running.
They're all long.
We're starting to run out of emails.
Why don't we save email for next time in case they don't send any emails? Like, maybe that's why we never have any emails, is because you blow them all in one load. That's what you said.
No. I mean, but some of these might not be relevant by the next time.
Exactly. You know, all of the irrelevant ones that we had to get out of the way at the beginning?
I want to read this
maybe
email.
We would use them last time.
Let's just do it.
Not the next one.
Wait, Juxta, have you read an email yet?
I've read one.
You read one.
I'm skipping ahead.
All right.
Hi. This is Samus Rageborn, a.k.a. the Evolved Male, a.k.a. your girlfriend's favorite streamer. Remember the time a Nero...
I don't have a girlfriend. Therefore, you're not anyone's favorite streamer. Huh.
He wasn't
I don't
talking
have
to
a
you.
girlfriend either.
He's talking about cool people that actually have girlfriends.
Good admission.
Like Juxta? Oh, wait.
Man, shots fired.
Remember that time a Nero, Juxta, Kahlo, Lenders, and Ryuichi failed all at Snowcloak?
Yes.
I do. It was awesome. Thanks for reminding me of that time. Formed groups can eat great bags of dick.
What?
Pug hero for life. But in all serious, keep doing what you guys are doing. By that, I mean the awesome work and content that you continue to provide on LBR. Here's a picture of me, attached, being happy while listening to you. Or maybe I'm listening to a Harlequin audiobook. Try to guess if I'm wearing pants or not. Regards, Samus Rageborn.
That's quite an entertaining picture as well.
I'm going to guess no.
I wouldn't be.
I'm going to guess no.
Samus, you're a jerk.
It's actually funny because when he was making his character, he actually typoed. It was supposed to be Samus Rage Boner. He just forgot the R at the end.
Or just Rage Bone.
No, there's an N in there.
I like Rage Boner, and he just ran out of characters.
Oh, did you?
It's actually pronounced Rage Bonet.
So, by the way, yes, I do remember that failing that quite a bit. And if you want to watch us fail it, it is a highlight on our Twitch channel as well as on our YouTube channel. So that's two different ways that you can check that out. And if you want to do it,
dungeon sarcastically, okay?
I've been told that it's very funny. So if you want to watch us fail to Snowcloaks, content that we should never reasonably fail to.
God, we failed so hard at that.
We did. It takes like an hour to get through, and
we almost get timed out.
And we start screaming at each other by the end of it.
You guys make me sad.
It was.
Why? You weren't there.
It was pretty sad.
Exactly, because if I was there, you would have won.
Kahlo, why don't you take this last email, which is the second.
Bitch.
It's the second to last email.
That's the last one. At least I'll be able to find it easily.
It's the second to last one.
Fuck my Final Fantasy life.
No, not that. No.
There's an email before that.
Oh, you said the last one. Okay.
No,
That's not
The
a
second to
Hello,
last one.
hosts. First, I want to thank all of you, especially Kahlo, for giving me hours of entertainment, allowing me to endure a boring, generic job.
This is not.
The efforts that Kahlo puts into this, and I suppose
It's
the
not
rest
an
of you
email.
shows, and the community shows
Not
in
real.
the quality of the podcast.
Not real.
Now on to my question.
Stop making
In one of the
things up.
earliest LBR ARR episodes,
No.
you talked about having an attachment to your jobs and about a lack of said attachment. Now we are over a year into the game. Do you think you have developed that attachment? If not, do you think there is a specific reason for that? The people I have met seem to identify more with the job role rather than a specific job. Could this be more to do with the restrictions and standardizations of the combat system that doesn't allow for the diverse combat styles? With the release of Ninja and the announcement of Dark Knight, is it just that the jobs you do identify with aren't in the game yet? I would like to hear Kahlo's thoughts. I guess the rest of you can give your opinions too. Velram.
That part was added in.
Yeah, definitely some edits to that email. Also, not what I wanted you to read, but okay.
But you said it was
that
the
is-
last one.
Learn
is the
to
last-
outline.
That's the last one.
Learn to outline.
What?
Learn to
No,
outline.
that was the email I
That's
thought you meant.
definitely the next one. Look, there's a picture of
There's Samus.
Samus
That's the
Rage
next
Bonet.
Yes, and the one that I was asking you to read was above Samus's email.
You said the last one.
No, I said first of all, I said the second to last one,
Which is still incorrect.
which is still incorrect, but it's not. That
what did
is
he
that.
say?
No, what you read was the last email on our outline.
Said,
That's what you said. That's what
terrible.
I thought you meant.
Terrible.
You're terrible.
So okay, let's answer Valram's question. So
I
after,
identify with Black Mage, but now that Ninja's out and it's really Thief, I identify with Thief. The end.
yeah, but you can only take it to 30, and then you have to identify with Ninja.
Nope.
Never
still
has
Thief.
to. Never has to equip the job crystal.
It's also not a thief. It's a rogue.
Looks like a thief to me.
But it's called a rogue. It's not. It doesn't
but
say.
you know but do you know what it looks like to me? Looks like a thief.
Okay.
They've admitted
Okay.
the reason
You
they don't
can't
call
use
it a
any
thief is
ninjutsu
because-
then.
And actually,
When a thief
technically,
steals
if
the-
you did the storyline, you would know that a thief and a rogue are exactly the same thing. They used to be the Thieves Guild, but then when Mirlwilb took over Limza, they changed their name to Rogues in order to mark a change in leadership. So a thief is a rogue. It's canon.
So yeah, but when I pull it up on my class, when I pull it up as my character,
on my.
it's a rogue. It's not a thief.
If
See
you take
now
bucket and paint it red. What is it?
okay, all right.
Bucket.
Okay, all right. That's fair. That's fair. I'm just saying though, come 3.0, when I change my class to Dark Knight, it's gonna be called Dark Knight. Just saying.
Okay, well, to be fair,
it's got to sting a little bit, right?
to be
Like,
fair,
I mean,
they added.
I think that's why he's so salty today.
I'm not salty at all.
Uh-huh.
You can't just call something salty and expect it to be salty.
No, that's just why you're being aggressive and hostile.
You're
And
the one being aggressive and hostile.
you know, but that's normal for me.
Guys, to be fair, I think we need to look deeper into the second class they stealth added that I hear everyone talking about. The class called Rouge, because everyone keeps talking about it, and I haven't unlocked it yet. I don't know where to find it.
Learn to
the
spell.
Rouge class.
I've seen so many people spell it Rouge.
The Rouge class.
Anyway.
Doesn't it just make you red with anger? Rouge with anger?
Let's just answer the question.
I hear the foundation is good. What question?
Jackson, what job do you identify with?
I identify with the
them.
currently most overpowered job in the game, which coincidentally was Bard back at 1.0 or 2.0
So you
and
flip-flop
beyond.
based on what the highest DPS is?
Yeah, and then now with Ninja, I identify with that one.
Because I think the question they're asking is basically like when you think of your identity, like juxtaposition as a character in Eorzea, juxtaposition is a what job class? And if
Ninja
you just
now.
flip-flop between DPS, that doesn't sound like you really identify with any one class, right?
Well, but it's hard to though. I mean, unless your class is inserted into the game. I mean, like, you know, how could Juxta identify as a ninja before ninja was a thing?
Well, that's what he's saying is that when the game first started, a lot of, people on the podcast were saying that you don't identify with anything.
Right.
And he wants to know why. Is it just
Do you
because...
feel like a warrior in Nero?
Not that now that I know that Dark Knight is coming. No,
Before Dark Knight.
Even before.
then?
No, I don't think I did. I don't think I ever did. I mean, I knew it was the job that I liked the most, but it wasn't the thing that I like I really hung my hat on or really was like, you know. And we talked about this. I think the reason that I have multiple jobs at 50 is because I was not that into like identifying as a warrior.
That brings back like something way back from our first episode when I was re-listening to it, was that I was like I was obviously a paladin to start with, and I was trying to like force some kind of like paladin warrior rivalry, but I didn't identify with paladin, so that just died out really quickly. And then I switched to bard.
Though, they're kind of. I feel like there has to be like some type of contest there for there to be a rivalry, and when paladins just crush warriors, that could be why as well.
Well, even then, it's always fun to mock and poke and prod him, but And then when I changed to bard, it was more of because I wanted to have a DPS job, and bard seemed really fun. But even then, it was more of a means to the end. But now with ninja, I feel like that's what my end job was when I stopped playing Final Fantasy XI. So I feel like that's the one I most identify myself with now.
See now, but okay,
but now if they come out with Red Mage,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Now I'm at a crossroads.
Yeah.
So
if they ever put Red Mage in this game, what would you do?
Probably kill myself. Because it's probably gonna be a healer, and then I'm gonna have to fucking heal again, which I hate doing because DPS is more
Obviously, you could just go melee because Red Mage is melee too.
And melee and
We don't know. In
cast.
this game, with the way
Melee.
that they restrict roles, though.
But Nika, he pays for this game, so he can play it the way he wants to play it.
It's my $15 a month.
I had a scholar in a dungeon who told us that we're stopping them from playing the way they want to play because we don't need protect, and that's a white mage skill, so they're not going to cast it.
Oh my god!
So,
to be fair,
was that juxtaposition, scholar?
it wasn't, but it was very. We booted him, and then he rejoined again. It says, "You guys are stopping me from playing the way I want to play."
Owned.
To be fair, you don't need protect at low level dungeons. You don't.
But when you're as bad as Knee Casual is,
gotta compensate somehow.
Yeah,
she wipes on the final phase of
like they weren't
At
actually
that
healing.
point,
They were just
protect
letting their
won't even
fairy
help.
do all the healing, and since their fairy was healing, they should have been DPSing. They weren't. They were pretty much mooching.
Well, then
And
they're terrible.
That's what you do as a scholar, though, right?
You can DPS if your fairy is able to heal the whole dungeon.
Well,
so.
then at that point,
Right,
then
but
you're
if
doing
your
the party
fairy is
a
able
favor.
to heal the whole dungeon, why wouldn't you just read forums?
Yeah, see,
because you're a bad.
you're doing as a scholar in a low level dungeon, and your fairy is doing all the work. All you're required to do is keep the party alive. So therefore, anything else
Well, that's
I
what they
do
said.
as a
They're like,
scholar,
is anyone dying? No, so stop. And the
As-
person-
Yeah, okay,
See,
exactly
so
then.
what was the
Gosh, you
problem?
guys are
You
kind of
are
being dicks.
No, you're
abusing
a
the
dick.
vote.
Shut up. I
You are
haven't had to
abusing
answer
the
this
vote
question
kick
yet.
system, and I'm going to report you to Score Enix right now.
Right?
I'm going to answer
Wow.
this question now because I haven't had a chance to.
All right, so let's move on to our next email.
That's not fair.
We're being so misogynistic.
Oh my god!
Oh wait, hold on. Okay, let's be fair. Nika, get Senpai on the microphone. Let's see what he identifies with, and then we'll move on.
Actually,
and then we'll move on.
Is
We
taking
need
a shower,
Senpai.
so he can't.
Oh, all right, we'll move on then.
Get him on the mic.
No.
We can't see anything.
But we can hear everything.
Anyway, I'm going to answer this question because I want to. Okay, so I definitely.
Answer the question already.
Stop it! Shut up!
Just gonna break into tears one day, and we're all gonna feel like dicks.
Not me. I'll feel accomplished.
Okay. So I definitely identify with Paladin. I've identified with Paladin since the beginning of the game. And the thing is that my problem has always been, even since 11 and in 1.0, I've played Paladin. But the thing is no one wanted me on Paladin because we have someone in our link shell who's a top tier relic Paladin. So I'm going to force you into playing different jobs. So because of that, I kind of grew to a lot of different, like, I don't know if it's really possible to identify with multiple jobs, but I was always placed in a scenario where I'd either have to be a healer or a DPS, but I always really loved tank. So I've come to identify with like 3 different jobs. And in 11, that was Paladin, Samurai, and Red Mage. Samurai and Red Mage are 2 jobs that are not in this game, so I have defaulted to Paladin. And so if they ever added those jobs, I don't know. I would definitely play all of them. I might consider switching to Samurai, but I don't know.
You're more Samurai than Paladin?
I don't know, because at this point, I've played Paladin since 1.0. It was the first job I leveled, and so at this point, I mean, I don't know if I could give that up because I'm so invested in it now. But Samurai and Red Mage are the 2 jobs I've also always identified with, and they're not in this game, so I have gravitated to that one specifically because it's the only one of my 3 that are in this game right now. So, I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to give my real reasons now. My real reasons, obviously you know why I identify with Thief, because I've always been a thief. In between Final Fantasy XI and Final Fantasy XIV, I played WoW. And though I had all the characters, my main was a Shadow Priest, which is essentially a Black Mage. So since Black Mage was the only thing we had, and I did play that a little bit in 11, that's why I associate with that. And it also helps when I do the whole fanfic things, when I write those, then because obviously Not Amongst Thieves was Thief, and in Taking Back the Black, I'm a Black Mage, that also helps. But I'm
then now what happens for Taking Back the Black? Are you continue being a Black Mage, or do you flip to
actually I have that written into the plot, so if I ever get around to doing that, people will find out.
Oh, okay.
Spoilers.
People will find out what happens.
Find out what happens in Taking Back the Black.
All right. So, Nika, why don't you take our final email here?
Which is not the last one.
It's not
the final email, which is above Samus' email,
yes,
correct?
that's
so not the final email. The
the third to final.
There you go.
Because other people can't take directions.
I will take.
Hollow.
I take good directions.
All right. It says, "Hey LBR, I am a fairly recent listener to the show, as Final FFXIV is one of the first FF games I have actually put much time into." Interesting. After a brief hiatus due to all the toxicity in 2.3, I'm coming back to the game for 2.4 and to try to catch up on the content. I'm really pumped about Ninja, and I've been trying to drink up as much XIV info as I can. In response to all of the talk about housing prices, I wanted to put in my 2 cents. Ha, you see what I did there? From the perspective of a person who is super excited to almost have 1 million gil, you may find it strange that I agree with Nero about how housing needs to be expensive in order to remove gil from the system. Every game needs some sort of gold sink to drain the pockets of the better off inhabitants so that they can maintain the difference between them and a player like myself who can barely afford to play the market as it is. That way, it doesn't further push them ahead and completely outbalance the markets. That being said, in the other MMO I play, World of Warcraft, all the gold sinks are comparatively cheap, though very numerous. Since the game has been available for such a long time, it has accumulated the variety of high-cost items, reputation mounts, and items that grant achievements mainly, of which to raid the purses of its players. It may take a while for XIV to accrue the quantity of gil sinks, but I would hope that in time they will drive the prices down. While I would like to have a house for my free company, I do appreciate the effort to maintain order in the marketplace. Well, I just wanted to respond to your email call to arms and let you know that I really appreciate all your hard work. I don't have much else to say other than I really love your show. Keep up the good work. Regulus Highwind of Midgard Somer, to be changed to Giggles Durand if name changes ever become available, which they are now. So I don't look like some 11-year-old idiot.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to talk about the name change feature, which was added.
$10, right?
Yeah, it's like $10, and I mean, I think this also kind of goes back to the last email too. So now that you can change your character's appearance and you can change its name and what server you're on, all at a whim, do we really have the same attachment to our characters that we did in, say, like 11? Because once you made that character, if you ever wanted to change your permanent appearance, you had to make a new goddamn character. So, I mean, do you guys feel like your character is a little bit more disposable?
No.
I feel like, well, see, I haven't changed mine. I still have those 2 Fantasias where I could change and change back just for fun.
I think all of us still have those 2 Fantasias. But I mean, like, I don't know, maybe it's a little bit different because we do a podcast and therefore, you know, like, we have to think about like banner heads and stuff like that with our characters on them, and we have a little bit more of an attachment to our characters as characters. But, you know, for other people, you know, you don't have to like be chained to a reputation anymore. You know, like how there were some player names in FF11 where you were just like, oh, this fucking guy. You know what I mean? Like,
pop pressure.
You know, I don't really think that. I don't even think it's even the show that does it, because I mean, obviously Juxta changed from a Taru into a Makote, and he said when the new race.
No, wait, but that's the jump from 11 to 14.
Okay, but he also said that when the new race comes out, he's likely going to change to that. And even if I think it's really cool, I wouldn't, because the fact that I've stayed the same from the 2 games, and because Kahlo is Kahlo, I don't think that I could ever change him. Like, I have trouble changing my hair color, let alone my actual hair style. Yeah. So yeah, I'm attached to my character because he's a person, and in my head, he's obviously a character that I've written about, and he's even inspired the because I've turned the old Honor Monk Thieves into an actual proper book, different names, but the characters are essentially the same, the personalities are the same, and the way that I describe them is the same. So in my head, they're actual, fully fleshed out characters, not just avatars on a screen.
Well, you know,
it's ears, right? Just kidding.
I mean, it's tough though. I mean, like, see, if they added beards, I would gladly put a beard, a better beard.
If you think about it, characters can grow beards, people grow beards, so that doesn't really seem like it's changing your
people
character.
can change hairstyles too, but
yeah. Well, I
change my hairstyle every week.
That sounds right. But yeah, you know, it's one of those things. Like, I do feel like I'm attached to my character's physical appearance. Like, I feel like if I changed it, even if I changed it right back, it would still feel somewhat, I don't know, it still wouldn't feel right. So I don't think I could ever use one of those Fantasias. I'm really interested to know what everyone in the chat feels, because I still sort of feel like, because we do the show, we're a little bit biased and have a bit more of a permanent attachment to our character's physical appearance. But chat, I would really love to know what you guys feel on the topic. Would you ever would you ever use a Fantasia or change your character's name? How attached are you to your character? What would be the circumstance that would make you change your name or use a Fantasia? So let us know in the chat. So that takes care of emails here.
Samus in the chat says he was a Lalafell for 3 days and he changed back to Roguden and took a shower that lasted 3 days. a wise decision.
Yeah, I think Lalafell is the one that I couldn't ever even entertain the notion. So I had thought about like making my character a Highlander for a while, because I like the Highlander models a little bit better. But in the end, I couldn't do it.
And everyone wants to know that yes, we will be doing a promotion where if we get 1,000 consecutive donations of dollars, Aniro will change himself into a Lalafell.
No,
legit, it's on the stream.
No,
it's not. That is no.
It's canon.
No.
That's what Samus
I don't know what
does.
you're talking about at all.
That's what Samus has been doing.
Okay, all right. How about this, Aniro? I'm going to ask you a question. If you answer it incorrectly, You have to change the Lalafell.
No.
Why can't a T-Rex clap his hands?
No. Not doing it.
Answer the question.
Not doing it. I don't know.
Answer the question.
That's not
Oh, come on. Why can't a T-Rex clap his hands together? Think about it.
Because they're not
too short.
Yeah.
Because he's dead, you idiots. Gosh.
See, I knew it was going to be. I knew it was going to be one of those.
What if I have a dog named Tyrannosaurus?
A common sense question?
My dog's name is Tyrannosaurus, and he can clap his hands.
You don't have a dog.
Don't I?
No, you don't.
He's back at home.
Not your dog, then. And I don't believe you.
Oh, not my dog. Now we're adding stipulations to the question.
Fine. You got it right. You have a Tyrannosaurus, he can clap his hands. Go change to a Lalafell, Juxta.
But I answered correctly.
That was different for you.
You're changing the stipulations again.
Nope, that was... I had said that in my head. Can you outro the show? I'm tired of you people. I need to go to bed.
We have FMFFLs. 2 of them.
Yes. No, it's actually only one. We
Oh.
only got one
We only
FMFFL.
got one? How do we get like 8 emails but one FMFFL?
It always seems like super weighted on one side or the other. Like either we have a ton of FMFFLs or we've got a ton of emails. So, yeah. FMFFL. It stands for Fuck My Final Fantasy Life. It's a hashtag. We use it.
Hashtag them.
We use them.
Really? I thought it was for Fuck My Final Fantasy Football Life.
That's one too many. That's one too many. That's one too many Fs. That's no flag on the play. One too many Fs. Yeah. So
I'm
it stands.
disturbed that you actually made a proper football reference.
I know. It stands for Fuck My Final Fantasy Life. We use it as a hashtag. Hashtag some of your Twitter stories of Final Fantasy 14 fail with FMFFL. You can also email those to us, hosts at limitbreakradio.com. And this one coming to us from Hasio Sora, formerly formerly of the Fairy Tale Guild on Mateus, and now of House of Juxta. Is not a real free company yet, but is going to make it soon on Sergeant Tannis. But Hasio saying, fuck my Final Fantasy life. Reason, the part of the LBR stream on Saturday, October 10th, 2014, where I, Hasio Sora, attempt to do Whirl Eater EX and Aniro and Juxta with Aniro and Juxta, but humiliated myself multiple times while on the air. It's okay. There's a lot of LBR listeners that seem to do that when we're streaming.
And we do that to ourselves.
I was going to say, there's a lot of LBR hosts that seem to do that when streaming.
It does. We only stream fails, Hasio, so it's nothing to get upset about. So, yeah. But thank you for that FMFFL, Hasio. We greatly appreciate it. Because it's the only one we've had today.
Today, like the last couple months.
Yeah, right. So we are running a bit overtime here for part 3. What are we at? Hang on.
Just a bit.
An hour 20.
Real quick.
Still have 40 minutes to go.
Let's do Elita's Party Finder tweets.
Do you have some ready to go? I don't have any in the rundown.
No, I don't have any. Let's go look them up.
No.
It'll only take a little bit.
Not necessary. So we do want to thank everyone who called up today. Sorry, since we're running overtime, we do not have any more time for calls today. And I'm starting to lose my voice. So, but we do
remain consistent.
We want to thank everyone who called in today, and everyone who wanted to call in today, including Ryoku, as well as Ryuichi. Sorry we didn't get to you guys. You guys have been waiting patiently for the better part of today. Diamelos, another one in there that we didn't get on the show today. Raven, we did not get to you. Sorry. And there was someone else here.
We love you too, Servy.
So someone named Silver Moon on Skype. I don't know what your character name is, but sorry we did not get to you guys. But we do want to thank you for hanging out and for listening to the show and for wanting to participate and call in. This show is so much more fun to do when there are a ton of people listening. Who's breathing into the fucking microphone?
Nika, stop that.
I think it's
Nika.
Juxta. Juxta, I think it's you that keeps doing it. You're driving me
Put
crazy.
your head on your microphone.
Yes, but there's... Oh, my God. But I'm not...
But it's a big black cock.
Not breathing into it. It's not... you can hear... Oh, my God.
Sorry, continue.
By the way, it's no longer the big black cock. It's the tankerphone.
It's always going to be the big black cock. Once you go black, you never go back.
Oh, God. Oh, you're terrible.
Good night. I'm gone. I'm out of here. That's my cue.
Boo! 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 All right, that's going to do it for us here at Limit Break Radio. I want to thank Kahlo Landers as well as Juxtaposition and Nika Kayanian for hosting the show today with me. All of our callers, I want to thank everyone who sent in an email. Thank you guys, as well as to anyone listening. Thank you, everyone who's listening on Twitch right now. All 202 of you. It's been an exciting day for us here on Twitch, and we love doing this for a huge audience. We will do this show for 15 people, or we'll do it for 500 people, but obviously it's a whole lot more fun for us when we get to do it for a lot of people. So we love it that you guys are tuning in live. We love it that you guys are really nice and active in the chat room. We love it that you guys are sending emails and calling. It's really, really fun for us. So thank you guys. You guys make this show fun for us to do. So if you want to hear old shows, limitbreakradio.com is the website. Follow us on Twitter. That's at Limit Break Radio. Follow us and like us and comment on our posts on Facebook. That's facebook.com/Limit Break Radio. Again, to tune in live, it's twitch.tv/Limit Break Radio. And thank you all thank you to Twitch for opening us with such warm, such a warm embrace. Thank you right now to Sly, aka Gray Fox, for hosting us, as well as MTQ Capture for hosting our stream. That was so cool of you guys to share your audience with us, and it's so exciting that we've almost hit 700 followers. We were right at the 600 mark when we started today, but now we're almost topping 700. That's really amazing, guys, to get over 100 follows in the span of an episode. That's really fantastic for us. So we're gonna be, let's hope, fingers crossed, that the servers will hold out, because Nika and possibly Kahlo and we're going to stream some stuff after the show wraps up. So stick around on Twitch. We're going to continue to stream. So thanks everyone for tuning in. LimitBreakRadio.com is the website. For Nika Kayanian, Kahlo Landis, and Juxtaposition, I'm Nero. Keep listening. Limit Break Radio is a production of LimitBreakRadio.com and Bender Media Productions. Final Fantasy XIV is a trademark of Square Enix. Opening music in this episode from Daniel Lambie. Listen to Man with the Machine Gun and other great tracks at Facebook.com/Daniel Lambie Metal Gamer. Closing music in this episode provided by Husky by the Geek. Listen to this and other great Final Fantasy XIV and video game rock covers and original music at Facebook.com/Husky by the Geek. In-game graphics for Limit Break Radio's Twitch stream are provided by Diamond Multimedia. Check out their line of AMD graphics cards and other hardware at diamondmm.com. Limit Break Radio and its hosts are solely responsible for its content.
What about contest?
Oh, God, we forgot about the contest. What do we do? I mean, we're still on the air, but I just outroed the show, and I felt like that was a really good outro. Damn. Okay. All right. So we've got two things to give away here, guys. We've got a shirt and an art book, and I know that you guys have been waiting for announcements on the art book. It's a big deal. We got it signed and tagged by Yoshi P out at FanFest. We haven't figured out the best way to give this away, and we're sort of trying to figure it out. But in the meantime, we want to give away this Gaius Van Belsar shirt that was donated to us by Ryoko, who after when we were checking out all of the merch after everything had gotten wrapped up, generously donated this Gaius Van Belsar shirt. And how do we give it away, guys? We didn't
Whoever
figure this
comes
out.
up with a contest for the art book. Wins
No, not doing that.
Kidding, I'm kidding. I have no idea. We're so great at this.
Yeah, you guys brought you know what? No. The outro stands. We're not un-outroing this. I am declaring that is the outro, and it is done. And you guys are going to have to tune in next time to figure out how you guys are going to get the shirt and the art book, because we clearly do not have our shit together as hosts, and we didn't figure out a contest. So the outro still stands. That's going to be it for us. Stick around on Twitch and tune in next time to figure out how we're going to give this shit away. So thanks for listening today. That's going to be it for us. I'm Aniro. Keep listening.